Emma, what are you putting on the slab this week?
Okay, so I'm putting selfies on the slab. Basically, yeah, I just wanted to talk about... So we live in a culture where people are rewarded and kind of can gain huge levels of popularity and kind of lots of followers and lots of lovely comments, etc., for putting up kind of images of themselves kind of pouting and posing and preening. And it's something that I guess is quite... I mean, don't get me wrong, I have succumbed to the temptations of the selfie, and I've been known to post a few. But it's something that was initially, I guess, really strange to me, because certainly the culture that I was growing up in Dublin when I was a teenager in the 90s, it would have been like the last thing you would have wanted anyone to think was that you were a poser or that you were a shaper, a word that we used to use. So the kind of cultural shift that has occurred from...
You're right, like, it's a very un-Irish thing to be going, look at me. It's kind of more, don't mind me, is what we were brought up in. And you know, and if a person thought they were great, that was the ultimate crime. Like,
they would be dragged back down.
So is it a good thing then that like, have we a bit more self-esteem?
I don't know. I actually don't think it gives people self-esteem, though. That's the thing. I think it's quite the contrary. I think it actually, particularly for girls, puts them in a situation where they're kind of judged and valued even more so on their looks than they were before. And I really don't think that's like a route to a strong sense of self-esteem. You might get kind of a transitory, oh, I've just gotten like 300 likes, but what if the likes kind of don't come in? Then where are you left?
Fiona, you've teenage girls.
It was just, you know, statistically, teenage girls take 6 selfies for every one they post. So they're actually, so that tells you the level of actual insecurity that, you know, is involved. Yeah, I mean, I have 3 teenagers, and like all teenagers, they're glued to their phones. They are miles ahead of me in terms of apps, you know, developments. You know, I'm always, like all parents, I'm always playing catch up. But you know, I hate it. But it doesn't really alarm me, I have to be honest, because it's their thing. You know, I mightn't get it, but I think we do have a tendency as parents and as older people, mainly because we don't get it, that we kind of rush into outrage and convictions that our children are being groomed, preyed upon. And, you know, there's always some big, you know, kind of bogeyman threat out there. Reading today about this one, Yellow. Are you familiar with this?
The Yellow app, So, just explain to people briefly what it is.
So the Yellow app is, so an app, George, is a thing on a phone, which is a thing you put to your ear. They're saying Yellow is Tinder for teenagers. Now, I have to be honest, I kind of thought Tinder was Tinder for teenagers, but this is sort of aimed at kind of 15 to 17-year-olds, and it is a hookup app. And according to these breathless reports, they're, you know, exchanging nude pictures and making dates for all manner of shenanigans. But I have to say, I am kind of quite sanguine about this, because 2 years ago, everyone was up in arms about Ask FM, and that was going to bring about the ruination of the youth of today. And I can go right back to when I was a kid. Quite honestly, the biggest thing that parents worried about when I was a teenager was the effect of Starsky and Hutch.